Well met, adventurers. I am your host, the Dungeon Master, and this is going to be my reaction to the unveiling of official gameplay for Baldur's Gate 3 at the PAX East 2020 conference. This is only going to be roughly about 20 or so minutes, so it isn't going to be the entire presentation, just the intro and the basic core gameplay elements, none of which I have seen up until this point. So with bated breath, let's dive into the world of the Forgotten Realms with Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And I'm already liking this artwork. I believe this is made by Larien Studios instead of BioWare, and that mural there is incredibly terrifying. I believe this is the introduction. Very ominous. Illithids, or Mind Flayers, as they're also known as, and their victims. That appears to be a half-orc of some type. But Illithids are terrifying allies of the Drow of the Underdark, and while they did make an appearance in Baldur's Gate 2, it seems that in Baldur's Gate 3 they are making a huge power play. And those, I believe, can only be described as Illithid larvae. I am not liking the look of this already. But then again, Illithids are not known for their kindness or benevolence. They are terrifying creatures with incredible psionic abilities.
So we have a problem.
It is so good to meet
Oop.
you.
They cut out the intro there.
There is something I want to give you.
That is a tiefling of some kind. Oh, Asmodeus tiefling. Sorry there.
It's a different keyboard than I'm used to. There you go. I'm Sven.
Great name.
So we're in character creation. I can select my background.
This menu
So these
looks
are all the
awesome.
backgrounds that you know if you play Dungeons and
Different from
Dragons.
Baldur's Gate and
So I
Baldur's
can
Gate
change my body
2.
type. I can change my race, so I can play as a tiefling. I can play as a drow. I can play as a human. I can play as a githyanki. I can play as a dwarf.
Oh,
As an elf,
Githyanki. That
play as a
was
half an
the
elf. I can play as a half drow. I can play as
the
a
woman
halfling.
that was in
And
the
there's
Illithid's
more, but
capture
we're
there.
only showing a few. These are the races that will be going into early access, and there more will be added afterwards. And so, depending on which race I pick, I get different features.
That background is
I can
amazing.
also select which class I'm going to play. We have 6 classes that will be available on early access from the get-go, and then we'll just add more as we progress. So I can play as a wizard, cleric.
This is looking pretty good, I have to be
ranger,
honest.
rogue, and warlock, and then I can pick the ability points that go with that, and select my skills in which I'm.
This is probably going to be
proficient.
5th edition.
Today we're going to play an origin story, so we have different origin stories. There's going to be 5 that are going to be in early access. There will be more after. So this is Lysel. She's the girl you saw in the intro. So she's a Githyanki. Gale is a wizard. He has a very big problem, and that's pretty much that he's going to explode. Shadowheart, she's a dark cleric, so she's got quite a story too. Will is a monster hunter who made a pact with the devil. He regrets it. And today we're going to play as Astarion, who is a vampire spawn. He's a noble. So vampire spawn is not really a vampire. He has a vampire to which he is a slave.
So they're not
He's a
just
high elf, which means that we get to select a
pre-custom
cantrip for him.
characters. They actually
So
have a
we're
lot
going
of
to because we're going to do cool things with it.
lot of
And all the rest
backstory
is
to
already
them.
preset for him, so we just have to click the Venture Forth button and we can continue our adventure.
Well, this is the rest of the intro, I think, or the second half at least. Is that Illithid dead or just sleeping? I wonder. But Illithids are very monstrous creatures, and dealing with them is not easy unless you are immune to their mind powers. And there is a very Cthulhian monstrosity that is actually a proper vessel. A blend of machinery and biology. And I believe this is the fair city of Baldur's Gate. And already the level of detail is fantastic. Oh my god. Oh, they're teleporting more victims in. I thought they were disintegrating them, but that's how they acquire new victims. Oh, when they have wyvern. Oh wait, no. No, they're reinforcements. Okay, that's good. The dragons are not allied with the Illithids. Was worried there for a second. Dragons and Illithids? Oh my word, this... As good as the intros to Baldur's Gate and Baldur's Gate 2 were... I'm impressed by what Larien Studios have come up with. Oh my word. Oh, and they have shifting, phase shifting abilities. I wonder, is this Icewind Dale? The spine of the world? Interesting, if it is. Oh, this is very, very cinematic. And this is still just the intro. I actually forgot what her name was. But unfortunately, she is infected with an Illithid larvae. So, unless she gets help soon, she has a very short lifespan. And those dragons look impressive. Baldur's Gate 3. Never did anyone think they would see the day that this would be a reality.
So we're going to skip the tutorial because it's not ready yet. And so I'll tell you what happens in tutorial, or at least in a nutshell. We're going to capture that Nautiloid. We're going to do that together with the Githyanki warrior that you saw captured in the intro. And we're going to teleport it to a place called Faerun, more specifically to the Sword Coast, more specifically 200 miles to the east of Baldur's Gate. That was, by the way, the city that you saw destroyed is not Baldur's Gate, it was Yartar. Goodbye, Yartar. Oh yeah.
Oh, it was a different city.
Daylight. It can't be. What the hell's is going on?
So what I forgot to mention is that my vampire spawn normally can't walk in the sunlight. He can't go over running water, and he needs an invitation if he wants to enter somewhere. But apparently he can walk in the sunlight, so that's kind of handy for us. So he's going to try to figure out what's going on.
So this is a pre-build,
I can
essentially.
control the camera and put it in third person, so then it's running behind me. Or I can just go back top down and then basically play it.
Oh, this looks impressive.
So I'm gonna like going like this, and let's have a look at what we can find.
Oh man.
Have a look over there.
Oh.
Sunlight. So
This is already shaping to be a good
Giontar,
fantasy RPG.
Better not push my luck.
and it reaches all the way to Baldur's Gate, but we have no boat, so we're gonna have to go in a different direction. Obviously, you can see that it's been a lot of fun over here. Mangled Fisher, the little
Waste of
letter.
perfectly good blood.
The love letter is none of my business. So.
At least you can take everything at once.
It's magnificent.
Starden doesn't really care about the fact that everybody's dead. Apple. She is banging at that door, so let's go ask and introduce ourselves.
Blasted doors, What? Oh, it's you. I saw you on the ship. You survived, then?
Suddenly I saw what she saw, felt what she felt. Anger, confusion, resolve.
Ah! You've got the same thing I do. In your head. I felt it.
Oh.
Okay, so I have a whole bunch of dialogue options. So what just happened to us is because of the tadpole. I was already introduced to that in the tutorial. We call it mind melding. So we both have a tadpole in our head, and we can telepathically connect to each other. But I'm also very hungry, so I'm playing this from the point of view of Astarion, vampire spawn. So you will see that all of my choices will
okay, so the illithid larvae gives you a mind melding.
And realize that I'm very hungry.
What's the matter with you? Has that tadpole scrambled your brain already?
So I can basically say, okay, well, I'll just feed, or I can swallow my urge and feign ignorance, which is what I'm going to do because I need a companion.
Come on. The chase through hell? The creatures? What they did to us? The tadpole? That thing is going to consume us from the inside and turn us into mind flayers. You and I need a healer.
That's how illithids spread their numbers.
We'll need supplies. I'm hoping something of use might be behind these doors, but I've barely made a dent in them so far.
So we need to get to a temple.
So I can offer to help her, but I'm a rogue also, so I can tell her to save her strength, then that I'll pick the lock.
By all means. I'm going to see what's at the top of this cliff. Hopefully there's no more of these creatures along the way.
Oh, there are more than just illithids in the Forgotten Realms.
Well, actually, I'll suggest that we join forces and say that gives us better odds of survival.
Or just company for our final moments. But you're right. Whatever lies ahead will be a little less daunting with support. You can call me Shadowheart.
I can tell her that I'm a star in a reformed vampire spawn who can walk in the sunlight, or I can choose not to tell her, which is a good idea. And I can also question her what she knows about the things in each of our
Yeah,
heads.
vampires can be just as terrifying as illithids in their own way.
Breed by planting their tadpoles in people's heads. Over time, the infected victim turns into a mind flayer.
I read they could implant them psionically. They could use their powers to manifest them in people's heads, which is terrifying.
And I've made my first companion. I can try to lockpick that door, but I don't have a
well, since Shadowheart is a dark cleric, I'm guessing that her
and I got myself into the door.
chosen deity is, of course, Shah, the Dark Lady.
So let's continue, see where I'm ended up.
So, kind of reminiscent of Verkona.
Oops.
There's more of those creatures.
When you see something like that, let's try and see what that is.
I'm liking the detail already.
Where are they? Oh yeah, this is. So combat is turn-based because Dungeons and Dragons is a turn-based system, so we base ourselves on that. I need to be very careful.
Semi-turn-based, I would say.
Because if they get too close to me, it will be very painful. This can actually end up in a party wipe, but I'll do my very best not to let that happen. I'm going to seek the high ground. In Dungeons and Dragons, seeking advantage allows you to roll twice, which is a good idea because there's a lot of dice rolling going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, I was wondering how they would live up to the dice rolling of the original Baldur's Gate.
Roll the mathematics yourself, so this gives me a 90% chance to hit, so that's a pretty good one. Also, I'll manage, don't worry about it.
Yeah, because one of the features of the original Baldur's Gate was the
I'm casting Sacred Fire, let's see what that does.
implementation of AD&D
So
Second
curious to
Edition
know how the
rules.
calculations are happening. They're happening behind the scenes here. You can just hover over it and then you can learn all of the math behind the numbers that you see, which is why Jesse said lots of numbers. We're going to be very brave and we're just going to go up there. And then I'm going to see how far I can get the star in, because I don't want him to die right away. All right, Shadowheart. Well, she's not really me, she's just my recruit, so cast Shield of Faith of her. The bonus actions, these are my actions, these are my bonus actions. You just see, yeah, it says AP, it's a little bit misleading, but it's actually just the actions that you have. But sometimes you can have two of them. So I'm going to end my turn, and now it's the enemy's turn. See what they do. Unfortunately,
The
they can't jump.
mines
That's good.
move in.
Couldn't hit me. That's actually not that bad. So what I'm going to do with Shadowheart is I'm going to try something that's a bit risky, but sometimes works.
Sorry about that.
I'm going to use Shove, and I'm going to try to...
Intellect Devourers.
Yeah, there you go. So that guy's a little bit further from me, and then she can still hammer at that guy. It's really not hitting very well. And then I'm going to shoot with the star at that guy. So yeah, we're doing pretty good actually. All right.
Yeah. So overall, the combat is very different from Baldur's Gate and Baldur's Gate 2, which is not surprising, given the different studios.
Ooh. So combat is fairly high stakes, as you can see.
Looks like they're taking a
they have
beating
reaction,
there.
So that basically means if she walks away from here, they're going to hit her, which is not good.
Yeah, because
so
you're
what I'm
basically
gonna
level
do-
1, and level 1 is never
can't
good in
walk.
D&D.
So I have a jump. I didn't want to use it yet, but first I'm going to... Oh man. That's jump as a bonus action in VG3. So that means that I can't use another bonus action, but it acts as a disengage also. And it's enhanced by my tadpole that I have inside of me. I do have one action that I can still do. So I'm just going to try it out. This is my mage hand. My mage hand is bad at many things, but it's very good at throwing stuff. So I'm going to just slap it. There you go.
Sending it flying over down there.
I wanted to show this to you today, but you have no idea how nervous I was about doing it because I was going to get in this situation. So I obviously should have approached them in a completely different manner. We'll see in the next combat how you can actually be much more strategic. Famous last words, I guess, but we'll see. All right, she is hurting, so she's going to drink my first healing potion. I don't have a lot of them. Then she's just going to, well, actually, I don't want to use it up. I'll just smack it like this. Maybe I'll get lucky. All right.
It's like
well,
Shadowheart
can
isn't
I
doing
repeat
too
it
well.
No. All right, here it comes. That's good. Oh, no. He's getting back up. Very high stakes. He's hiding for the shot. That's interesting. Okay. Mage hand, where are you? Do your thing. So 80%. So sorry.
Got 2 health
Yeah, you can
left.
also throw
or hit
bodies
points.
that you find in the world, but it's not working. So that's why I'm using the shove actually. It's working, but it doesn't look as good. Oh, why did I go to sneak? I misclicked. Really, did I put my hand into sneak? That's really clever. Okay, so yeah, the announcement was that it was going to be live, I think, so there you go. All right, 90% shot. That should, oh yeah, actually I have a pin down attack, which is a action that you get with your weapon. So each weapon that you get gives you an extra type of action. Yes, I know that you're sneaking. Come on. All right.
You got this. You got this.
Hold on, I have a plan. I got a bottle with grease, so I'm just gonna throw. Can you stop hand? And normally he's not supposed to be able to hit like this. Actually, can't you do anything useful? If they want to attack you, maybe. Ooh. Oh, they killed. No, they didn't kill hand. Okay. All right. So they did kill hand. Yeah, hand is not supposed to die, but well, it's going swimmingly. Okay, so I wanted to throw, so I have a throw action. I can throw pretty much everything. In a presentation I did previously, I threw my boots. So for comedial effect, I'll just throw my boots. Maybe I'll actually just kill him. Oh, that's it.
Good work. Good work.
Now that was impressive, to say the least.
All right.
killing a monster
So-
with a pair of boots.
That's not that bad, actually. So, where is she? Hey, oops. Doesn't want to close anymore. You want to keep on throwing? No, it's enter, yeah. Please close. That's... So, she's down. She's not dead yet. So, that's the good news. So, basically how this works is, this is death saving throws. So, each turn, there's going to be a roll behind the scenes, and if it's a good roll, then we're going to get a little blue spot like this, and if we have three of them, she
Save
gets
versus
stabilized.
death.
Cool. And if we get 3 red ones, because it's a bad roll, then she dies. And they are going to keep on hitting at her, because if she goes to the negative of her maximum HP, she dies too. So we're going to try to avoid that from happening. But I'm really not envisaging. Okay, so I shouldn't have
Looks
thrown
like
the
the
boost, by the way. That
difficulty
was really
curve
stupid
is
move.
definitely spiked.
This looks like a really good hit. Good, excellent. And we have 1 guy left. Thank you. Why?
Oh dear.
Okay, well, let's hope that this one's gonna go right.
Critical miss. A critical miss. Oh dear. Oh, and the main character has been defeated. Which is unfortunate.
Oh man.
So as always, if the main character dies, the game is over.
Okay, well, I did tell you that. Oh, stand up, stand up. No, stand up. Hold on, does this work? I was too late. All right, so I do have the save game problem is real, so it is genuine. So I need to restart. So I'm just gonna do a quick restart. I'll just do it as fast, and then we'll do Q&A for 5 minutes.
What a surprising first attempt. And there is the Larien Studios
Yeah, that's why they
logo
gave us a
there.
half hour extra, Jesse.
Yeah, absolutely. You're fine.
I'll just.
Oh man. Well, that was the short segment of the gameplay demo there. As absolutely humorous as it was, it is also looking really good. Of course, being a sort of early build, looks like they've still got quite a few issues to kind of sort out. But yeah, definitely another big title which definitely looking forward to. So it's going to look absolutely impressive when it's finally finished. So that was my reaction to the Baldur's Gate 3 gameplay reveal. Hope you all enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed watching it. And as always, adventurers, until next we meet.